Hello, I'm Maureen Wilkinson, and this is my show. It's just a piece of paper. I've been away for a while, but back now and very excited about being here. I brought a few things to show you. I'm going to give you a quick drawing lesson, and then I'm going to get into the painting I'm going to do. These are just a few of the watercolors we're doing of late, because I haven't seen you in a while. We've hit the seashore and barns. I don't care what I paint. I just like to paint. I paint anything and everything. Plums. This was obviously around Christmas. I use that for a lot of small ones, for a lot of Christmas cards, which is always fun. In the box, like animals. And of course, this is one of my favorites, chicken. Love chickens. And here's a sort of another type of chicken, not as free. And this is the one I'm going to do today. I picked this one to demo. Love cardinals, love the bright colors. And this one is especially good because I can use so many bright colors, a little more paint than I usually do. It's a nice piece. I have two pieces of paper here, one my drawing and one I'm going to demonstrate how to go about drawing something like this. Usually you'll have a picture. I think my friend Mary Ann gave me this out of her bird feeder. And so what I always do, I've got two pieces here, I kind of mark the middle of my paper so I'll know not to put my center of interest right smack dab in the middle. And when I do, what I do first is I try to draw everything in just shapes. Everything is shapes and shadows. So I'm going to get a great big oval. It's going to be really dark because I'm not going to paint on this. But so you get the oval shape of the body. And then I'm going to go with another circular shape for the head. And the crown on top is just a triangle. So I have a triangle, a circle, and an oval. And that's it so far. And then here we just have straight lines. And another little triangle here for the beak. Now that's very simple. After you get that done, then you go and fix it up a little bit. Maybe change a few lines, make some a little bigger, some a little smaller. You can take time with your drawing. Take as much time as you want. There's no hurry with the drawing. No hurry with any of it, actually. And he's got a pretty big tummy, but not too fat. All right, so there all of a sudden comes the bird. And it was that simple. Circle, oval, triangles, that's all it is. I like to tell my students to think about painting as a big jigsaw puzzle where everything fits together. And anything you look at will fit together next to the other pieces. It's kind of, you have to practice that a bit, but once you get it, you'll see things a lot differently and a lot easier to draw. Now the bird feeder itself, again, very simple shape. It's sort of like a bent over triangle. And here, down it goes. Very simple shape here. You can go down here and put the bird, he's got to be standing on something. And you have, this is your vanishing point, perspective. But it's really simple. All you do is you take your pencil, you put it on the picture, and you see which part of the pencil is higher and which is lower. And that's how you'll know which way to go. It's no harder than that. And then this way. And the same up here. So by the time you're through with this, and I'll put his eye in. And the black mask, that's the best part, the black mask. Because they all have it. They're just so beautiful. We have some in our yard. Along with the 4,000 squirrels. So basically, that's the beginning of a drawing. And this is what you practice. And when you get something you like, then you can start. I don't care how long it takes you to draw. If you can draw every day something, draw your coffee cup, draw your glasses, just something every day, a little bit, it'll come so much easier to you down the road. All right. Now just, because I'd like to see what I'm doing. Oh, I've got my wonderful brushes here. I've got such nice brushes. I think I've told you about most of them. This is one of my favorites, Skyflow, Robert Simmons, 278W. Beautiful, beautiful brush. I've got a whole set of the Sapphire, Robert Simmons. Wonderful. This is my favorite, Escoda, Spain, 1975. If you find any of these any place, let me know. I can't get them anymore. So what I'm going to do is just start with the bird. When I do a portrait or a thing, I usually like to start with that, because if I get that wrong, we start again. That's my little secret. I hold my photograph very close to me the whole time I'm using it. And very often you'll see me just put my finger on what it exactly is that I'm working on at that point. I've got cadmium scarlet, it's a red, beautiful red, cardinal red really. And see how that is thicker? Very often when I do watercolors, I'll glaze, or I do a light coat, and then I go back when it dries and do another, and maybe another. But in this case, I'm going to start with pretty thick paint, nice and dark. I usually put my little finger right here to hold my place so that I can use my brush sort of as a chopstick, as it were. And it's the tip of my brush I'm watching right now. When you paint, pay attention to where the tip of your brush is. Let's bring it down and into a nice little triangle. And I can grab another little brush here and maybe get a little brown and mix some in here, brown or blue or something to just bring my color deeper and darker. And add a little more color, a little more of the brown. I was at the senior center today, so I wasn't using this palette. That's why it's not wet. Okay. All right. And don't be afraid to use color. This, you know, when you, it's something as spectacular as a cardinal needs to be beautifully colored. And we'll just give little flips here. And then flip, flip, flip the brush, and come down with his mask. Go around it. Maybe go back, grab some more of the light paint. That in. Go. Now it's nice and light red here. It gets a little darker. You can throw some ultramarine blue in there too if you want. That'll make it even darker for a couple of flicks down in here. And just take your time. It's the tip of the brush you want to watch on this part. All right, I'm going to go and get some more of that beautiful, bright, bright, bright red. Look how thick that is now. And I'm going to change my colors every little bit, little now and then. I give another change to a different red. Sometimes I'll put a little more yellow in it. A little yellow ochre just to warm it up a little bit and give it a little more orange. Oh, this is so much fun. I do have to admit I like to paint. Guess we know that. Okay, even a more, oh, that's nice. And a little more yellow. Nice and bright. Crazy bright. Oh, that's nice. And I'm even going to take some of that bright and bring it down the tail to go back to that. And I'm going to right along here. There we go. That's a good shape. Alrighty, now I'm going to put a little more dark in it. Browns or blues, or yeah, maybe throw a little brown and blue in there. The dark brown or the dark blue, ultramarine blue, and burnt umber is how I make my black. So I don't use black. Nope, don't like that. Black will dry flat. Manet used black, but most artists don't. And if you do, just use a little bit. Mix it with something. Payne's gray is nice, but that color will control your whole painting if you're not careful. So you have to, if you have Payne's gray, I know when I started painting with Jack Flynn years ago, everybody, all we did was use Payne's. I'm going to use some blues in here because they're pretty. And bring that down. Bring the feathers down, but just stroke it down. You know, it's relax, have fun. There we go. Here we go, down here. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's too wet. See it? That's too wet, so that's got to dry up a little bit before I go back there again. Yeah, that's all right. And bring the tail down a little bit. Clean the brush off. Very often I'll just go tap it out now because I want to make sure it's clean. And brighten up that tail. And in here, that's a pretty good start on the bird. Yeah, I almost missed the paper that time. Okay, a little more yellow for the top of the beak. And then orange on the bottom. Let them run together. Come on, little birdie. And the beak goes over here. There we go. This is, see, I love it when the colors come together a little bit. You can kind of mix them up like that, and then tap in a little more if you want to. There you go, little bird. Right here, that's still too wet. All right, it's all right. Now I'm gonna let all this dry up before I go in with the mask, because we don't want a big mess. Okay, and he has feet. And they're gonna be holding on to this ledge and claws. I might grab a little smaller brush for this. There we go. And there, that's better, a little more brown. Here we go. It goes over, down, how quickly. Claws. Oh gosh, a friend of mine was in class this afternoon and saying she saw two cardinals kissing each other. Okay, basically he was feeding her, and I thought, oh boy, how cute is that? Pretty cute. All right, so there's the beginning of the bird, just the beginning. Now I'm going to take some dark blue, make a little brown with it, perhaps. Nah, I'm going to go with just a little bit of color in this blue to darken it a little bit. Take some of the water out because you're dripping here, it's too much. And bring this line across that he's sitting on. And this is the one we talked about, putting the pencil on the edge so you see the vanishing point, which how far it goes. Really not all, it's just that easy. And it comes up to about here. In a very nice light gray. There we go. You can just kind of like your coloring in your coloring book. Not that you have those coloring books. Okay. And then I'm going to go darker. Going back this way because, of course, it goes into shadow. Now we bring that back. And again, you put your brush, pencil, anything. This goes like that. This goes like that. Just look at it. It's really easy. And so we get another dark in here. Okay. And you can use a little dry brush. Dry brush is like that when you don't have the brush really loaded and it has little, almost little pops of color there. It's nice when you're doing a seascape. Dry brushes. So then you get your light and your dark. And come down again with light to this. Over we go. And another. I mean, this is, see, just like I'm coloring. This goes in here a little more though. Quite a little bit more. Again, I'm keeping my picture right in front of me. It's just good to know where you are. Because, you know, sometimes we get painting along and having a wonderful time and we go, oops, I forgot what I was doing. Which is fine because it's just a piece of paper. Oh, I got to use that one. Okay, and I mean that, you know, it's, I can't tell you how many pieces of paper I've used in my life. And it doesn't matter, you know, it's just so much fun. And every time I pick up a paintbrush to this day, I learn something. Every time. I think I want a little more purple in here, might be kind of interesting. You can jazz up the colors all you want. You don't have to stay with this. If you want other colors, live it up. You know, it's your painting. It's your fun time. That's purple. I like purple. Oh, yeah, that's nice. And again, this end here. More purple, more blue. Just throw in the kitchen sink here. Let's try a little of everything. Oh, that's a little too much of everything, but we don't worry about these things. We just embellish. There. Whew, that's kind of nice, huh? Let's bring that over. All right, I like that. So far, so good. All right. How's our bird doing? No. He's doing. It's not quite dry yet. It's really hard to get it dry. What you do is when you want to make sure it's dry, you touch it with the back of your hand so you don't leave fingerprints. And if it's wet, you'll feel it. If it's medium, it's good. If it's cold, it is still wet. You can't go back and do too much. But I like to go back into my paper pretty much when it's damp. And then it seems to give me the right results. And we got some little lines in here. I don't want to get cute. God forbid I get cute. It's okay. Yeah, I like that. Oh, look, I love that. That's good stuff. When that happens and the paper kind of does its own thing, yeah, we like that. Okie dokie, let's see how we doing here. Let's try to see if we can get in the black mask. Again, I use burnt umber and ultramarine blue. That's how I make my black. And a pinprick of red, and I mean a pinprick of red. So let's see here. Put his mask here. A little sunlight on him there. His eye is back here. I could go around the eye to begin with because I want to make sure I get it in the right place. And a little more paint, maybe a little more blue, just something to change the colors all the time. You know, it's yeah, this is a really important part of this particular bird. Okay. There he goes. There's still lots of little details, excuse me, to do, but we'll get there. I'm going to use a little lighter paint right here. Maybe a little more yellow. Yeah. See, by the way, too much water. You don't want that. You don't want that to be splashing all over the place. That's why I keep this right here to make sure I'm not carrying too much water. You could see by there I was. And I would like to lighten right here, a little eyebrow, as it were. And then bring this up to a few more strokes so you see some more lights. More lights in here. More feathers. There you go, little fella. Okay, the eye still is not done. That's going to let you know if I have a happy bird or a very angry bird. That is yet to be seen. I'll put the smiley face in. All right. Oh, it's getting dry. Let's go back to my big brush. This one. A little more red here. Oh, wait, look, see? Right here, that's your underpainting. And here's the new paint. Look how that pops. Because that was dry enough. Now let's say I wanted a little more yellow in here. Well, now's my moment. But I'm going to try and leave some of this so it shows through. If you cover it all up, that's the use of you don't want to cover it all up, but this will just give you more feathers, brighter color. There he goes. God, it looks like this guy has a shoulder. I don't think birds have shoulders. I don't mind finger painting. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Now, I would also like to get a few more. Well, there's a color. This is a trick. See, this is the most important part. When you mix red and green together, or you take any of the primary colors, and you have this we call mud. This is what you do. Bye-bye, mud. It is so easy to make mud. You don't want, you know, this painting's important. You don't want to have to fool around with colors you don't like. If you don't like a color, take it out. Just take it out. Who cares? As Jack Flynn used to say, there's always more paint at the paint store. Of course, in those days, you could afford paint. It's not like today, where it's like, oh, the watercolor's not bad. Oils are getting a little stiff. But that's the way it is. All right, how about a few, oh, I like that, yeah. A few more bright colors in here. This is one of these wonderful paintings where you really can use color. Yeah, I like it. I don't know why I keep saying that. It drives me crazy. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm going to darken the value here. See the difference there and there? Now this will pop out. Okay, now for the challenge. The birdseed. This was, when I did this, you know, on this one, this big's too big. Oh dear. The challenge, of course, was the birdseed. And they said, well, how are you going to do it? So I figured, well, what I'll do is my favorite thing ever, and that's spattering. And if you know me, you know I love to spatter. And if you sit next to me in my classes, you will know to get out of my way. Or you could get, or wear old clothes. But it's so much fun to spatter. Let me show you. All right, I've got yellow ochre. What else do I need in here? I need blue, all kinds of wonderful colors. Now, oh no, I don't want this. You can do it two ways. You can spatter, which is you take, I'm right-handed, so you take a brush in your left hand, hold it, and then hit on top. I usually play a little song. Or you can throw the paint like that. I like throwing it because you get a bigger splotch. But let's see here, a little brown for the seeds. Okay. Really going to give it a good. This is the most fun part of painting you're ever going to have. So if you're having a bad day and you just want to get rid of the world, I know. They're going to put me away soon. Ah, well. All right, now I know. What is she doing? Well, let's take off the blocks here so we didn't spatter the whole bird. And just take a nice, let's try this one. Decent sized brush. And let's just run some water around here now. You're looking through the plastic of the bird feeder, so it's okay. I'm gonna just put a few little extra just water, I'm barely touching this paper. Drag the, kind of attach little tiny strokes. You're giving the illusion of birdseed. Well, obviously you're not giving the real birdseed. Okay, let's get a more yellow in there. I'm taking my chances now. By not covering up, but just kind of barely scoot your brush around like this. Okay. Tap it out. Go back in with some more water. You don't want to push that color around too much. Clean off your brush. Tap it out. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Woo-hoo. All right, a little more. And then over here, let's just do a little bit of soft, because this is lighter over here. That's probably too dark. Don't ever do this. Ever blot out with that. Pretend I didn't do that. Thank you. Okay. Just a little, because this is light, that's dark. So you have to carry that along the whole value. And then here, oopsie, we got a little more of the corn, I guess. Oopsie, pretend you don't see that. Okay, didn't do that. Good grief, would I do such a thing? Yeah, I would. All right, I'll get the paper right there. And just a little, just water. Barely touching, just water. Oh yeah. That is fun, I have to tell you, it is so much fun. And then we've got a few darks in here, perhaps. Okay, that's good, that's good. Up here we've got to go, I think I'll go in with the blues, that snow on top. I'm not doing any more snow, thank you anyway. Actually, when I walked in today, the sun, remember the sun? It actually came out. It's very exciting. So I'm just going to put a light side and a dark side. A little darker. Got to watch your values. Values are light and dark, that's all it means. But the values really are important in a painting. And sometimes you could just take your brush and come back and forth like that. So it just gives a little effect. You know, it's kind of nice. And then down in here, again, this is going to be dark. Dark, dark, dark on this side. And lighter on this side. But this is darker than that, this is darker than that, okay? Those are your values to consider. All right. Okay, now, trick number 2, or 3, or I don't know how many I'm working on here. To make this look like it is, you can see through it, you're going to wet your brush, and bring it right down the side, like this. Yep. And you go back up and pick up the water. You're taking paint out. Okay, okay, then it's like you can kind of see that this one side is darker than the other. You can actually go in and darken this side. You don't want to go crazy, but it is darker. You know, it's darker on that side. There, and up here just a little bit. I lost that line. That's all right. Oh, look, there's another lost line. Hello there. There you go. Oopsie. Try to get a straight line, Maureen. When I get a straight line, it's because I'm holding my breath. That's honestly how I do it. All right. Oh, sorry guys, more birdseed down here. There you go. All righty, now, let's see. Let's try the eyeball. Here is the Clue. Ultramarine blue, burnt umber, which is brown. Nice dark, 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 not too much water. And take a good look at this bird. Somewhere in there, there's going to be a little thing of white, if you're lucky. And so see if you can leave that little tiny piece of white. If you don't, that is the reason we use acrylics. I don't tell people I'm telling you this stuff. But what I do, nothing wrong with acrylics because they're accepted in every show now, and it's not like it, used to be. You go in with mixed media, whatever you want. It's not like it's used to be like, oh no, not that. It had to be pure, transparent watercolor. But now, acrylics have made a big comeback, and it's perfectly okay to use them, which really surprised me the first time I went to the Salmagundi Club in New York with some of my class, and we're looking around thinking something is not right. That's the year they had let in acrylics. And what a difference, it's... Okay, now, I'm happy so far. Let me see if I could just do a little more fun stuff here. Maybe a few little more blue feathers or just something to pep it up a little bit. Not too much though. And when you're painting, just keep telling yourself less is more, less is more. Because the minute you start doing too much, you can't take it back. Well, I shouldn't say that, but it's not easy. So take a look at it, stop. Take a look at it, stop. There you go. There, that's a pretty cute bird. Now, background. What I'm going to do, I don't always use a background. I will use it if I think it's going to make a big difference to what I'm doing, I will use a background. If I find my painting is really good the way it is, I won't. I leave a lot of my paintings with just white. Sometimes it gives more power to it. Sometimes in a portrait, you can not get away with, but sometimes it's gorgeous. I just did one of a dog, and I left the background white, and it was beautiful. It's beautiful. It's up to you. What I do, I'll sit and watch the painting for a while, and I'll say, now I can tell you from here, this needs a background, because it's, well, as you can see, it's very one-sided. There's the bird, there's the bird. But all this stuff, what is it? Well, I think it'd be much more interesting, in this case, to put in a background. So, backgrounds are hard. It's the hardest part of a painting. Backgrounds, at least I think so. Background should be incorporated in your painting. If you're going to put one in, I want you thinking about it the whole time you're working. I happen to know what I want here. I use we have to get there. A little gray, just a gray background because at the time there was SNOW on the background, but that's all gone now. So if you want to bring some greens in now, it's okay with me. I don't want the background to overwhelm you. I also will pretty much, almost always, incorporate whatever colors I have here in my background somehow. Might have a little bit of red here. You're not going to think about it or notice it, but you'll see it. It'll make a difference in how you perceive the whole painting. It's like something's back there, don't know what it is, probably don't care what it is, but, and then you come up pretty close to the bird. There you go. There you go, fella. Okay. I am going to really give a real shout out to Forsythia. I hadn't planned to do that, but you never know. It's a painting. You never know what you're going to do, you know? Let's put some Forsythia in there. Why not? They're actually growing now. It's about time. I think we all need a little bit of spring. I hope we don't get just summer, but who cares? Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. It's getting more beautiful out every day, and I'm going to put a little bit of green in here. Hadn't planned that either, but I'm telling you, I'm feeling springy. There's hope. All right, I like that. That's enough. I just want a little bit. The Forsythia was just beautiful. Just had to be. Just had to be. Sorry, bird. I got yellow all over you. All right, there's my bird. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can find a way to flip your TV on and off and whatever, you could just paint right along with me. I mean, I paint slowly enough so you could do that, or I could put it just a tiny. It's so hard for me to stop. And my class knows when they know I'm done and I know I'm done. Put the brush down. Sometimes I do. I'll give a few more. Oh boy, I do love Forsythia. There we go. Okay. I like it. I hope you do. That was fun. I'll be back again. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Bleeding to death. There you go. I'm sorry. I'll be back again soon with more stuff. I paint very often with the season, so it's spring and summer and all good stuff coming. I'll be back soon. I hope you enjoyed it. And paint along with me anytime. If you ever want anything special, me to paint anything special, like anything here, whatever, call the station, I guess. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.